We are live, and today we're doing a training on HighLevel's new tracking script. So it's just like a meta pixel that you would install on your site in the header, or there's a lot of different services that have pixels, but you can install one from your own HighLevel that will let you track any form fill. So it'll add any form fill that happens on that page. It'll add it to your HighLevel form submissions, which is crazy. So like any website you go on, WordPress, anything where you can edit the header, now you can actually grab that data without even putting a HighLevel form on there. So you can use I know I see ads all the time for forms that are smoother, they move quicker, and now you can basically grab the data from those and see the attribution in HighLevel. One of the things that's coming soon is you'll be able to trigger automations based on the attribution, even if it's a non, so you can like have a trigger for a certain type of form fill that's not HighLevel. So that's coming soon. This is a really easy tool to deploy. So I'm going to run through it real quick and show you guys how to add it. I'm going to add it to the header of a HighLevel site, but any site builder is going to have the ability to edit the header code. I just don't have anything other than HighLevel. So I'm going to have to show you guys like this. Um, I keep it all native, but I do have clients where they ask me to build. I built custom tracking systems for other websites. I had two proposals last week for clients that wanted me to build custom tracking sites for HighLevel's attribution. They would work on non-HighLevel sites, and now this comes out a week later where it's a much more simple setup process. So you're going to need to go and turn it on. And when you're checking for a new feature, I could either go back to the HighLevel change log and look at exactly where it said for me to look, or you can just know you want to roll through the labs and then you want in the agency side, and then you want to roll through in the sub account side. So first you go to settings in your agency view, and let me share my screen. Somebody was probably going to tell me in a second there. So yeah, you go to agency view here. To get to agency view, if you don't know, you click right here, and there's something here that says go to agency view. So once you're in there, you go to labs, and this is where all the new features pop up. So they have like some really cool things that are coming out here. Like you'll be able to set up your own custom like downgrade flow. Can prevent people from downgrading or show them another package they might like when they're changing their plans. So that's cool. But what we're looking for here is there's a lot of new stuff. So I'm going to turn on a lot of this. I turn everything on pretty much. And guys, I'm one of 400 people they've invited to where on Friday, I'm going to see all 400 features that they're rolling out on Level Up Day, which is during the summit. I'm going to get to see all of them and I'm going to have beta access to them. I can't give you guys videos about them until the day they're released, but I'll have videos for you guys the day they're released. And my plan is to make mine different by showing you how to use GPT-5 agent to set them up, the new features. Um, we'll see how well that idea plays out as I make the videos, but that's my idea. And so you go to agency view here, but then you also have to go to sub account. And it's in here somewhere. Ooh, yes. This is something I've been waiting for. I'll do a training on this really soon. Now you can do knowledge-based sources. You can use CSVs. So you can have a spreadsheet. So if your AI needs to respond with a different offer based on the zip code and you've got 1,000 zip codes, that's a situation you couldn't handle before. I've got clients that had that issue. Now you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on for everybody on mine. Enabled for all. Enhanced Trust Center, enhanced video analytics. They just came out with a lot. But I'm not gonna take too much time. Ooh. Oh. Integrated voice AI agents. There's a lot of they didn't talk about this in the change log. Anyways, let me just try to get to the one that we're talking about today so I don't take too long. Here it is. And then I'm gonna dive back in here after the call and play around for a while. And I'll have no doubt some good trainings for you guys coming up because this is a lot of really cool stuff. All right, so that's live. I turned on. So where it was is shoot, where'd it go? External here. So external tracking, you're going to want to go to manage and then turn it on for at least the sub account you want to use it for. And I just read this, but let me see where I need to go. Oh man, they added a bunch new stuff even since this morning. All right, let me find this one. I think I need to refresh. Here it is. So, location, go to settings. All right. So I'm going to go to my main sub account. And just to reiterate what this does, if you're using a non-high level funnel, like uh, any of the ones that have flashier forms and they load faster, there's some guy whose ads always come up that I see. It's what's making me think of it. But a lot of businesses have different funnels that are part of, like Bob, your webinar, for instance, is an example. We could potentially do tracking through your webinar page with this. You should see, Bob, if we can edit the header of that webinar funnel. I don't know if we can, but if we can, it'd be really good. So external tracking is right here. And you just copy the script. That's simple. And your submissions are going to show up here. So all you have to do is go to a site you want to put it on. Every site builder has a header. And my attribution is going to happen naturally in here. If any of you guys have a site you want to track it on, let me know. We're not going to be able to actually test it without one of you guys having a non-high level site that you want to drop this in the header of. I'll drop this in the chat if anybody wants to test it, but otherwise, this will still show you how to set it up. So you just go to edit the page. And there's a couple ways to edit headers. You can do it right here on HighLevel. Am I missing it? Tracking code. Header tracking, bam. So that's all you do. Save. And this is how you add heading a tracker code to just one page of a high level site. You can also add it. You would want to save it. There's no form fill on this page either, so it's not as cool. But it can grab your form submission from any HTML form. If you want to add it to the whole funnel, just while I'm talking about it, you go right here and you can add it right here. So you'll see like my meta pixel and all that kind of stuff right in here. That's what that's for. And basically, when you go from page to page, it carries, like if you fill out a form, it can see that there's a form that was filled inside the code, and it's going to pull that code into the back of the website and bring it with you to the next page and even pass it over to a different website as you go from one page to another. It's a cookie, is what that is. So that pretty much covers the training, guys. That's all you have to do, and you'll be able to get attribution. I'll still show you what attribution looks like. It's really important. And HighLevel just added some new attribution features. So I'll show you those too. So if you go into a contact, you can see where the first and latest attribution were. So I can see this person must have come in straight into my CRM from the high level directories where he came from. Um, and then I can see the most recent attribution. It looks like he probably clicked on a link I sent out. And if you go into sites, HighLevel has a lot more tracking than I realized. I saw this with a client the other day. If you go into analytics, you can see all types of stuff. So I'm getting a good bit of organic traffic, 1.6K page views with no ad spend in the last 15 days. And they added some additional drill downs. You can like see how many visitors from each area. The acquisition data, I think this is what they just added. Now, I haven't looked at this before. I just saw the update about it. But what I read, yeah. Okay, cool. Direct So yeah, you can see the source, unknown other. And then if you have your tracking set up, it can give you better data than that. Um, I'm just getting used to this analytics page, but it's getting a lot better. And that is that. So guys, I'm gonna break away from that topic. If there's anything else anybody wants to ask about, let me know. I guess I will check on the progress of our agent that's pulling my leads for today to see if that's working properly. Oh yeah, I had to grab my logins, which I'll do later. So um, that's it, guys. If anybody has anything else they want to ask about, I'm happy to answer a couple questions before we break. I see we've still got some new people in here. Anything I can help anybody with?
Rob, the one that you showed us, what does it do? Why do we need it on our website?
The tracking code.
Yeah?
So if you had a non-high level website, so if it's a high level website and somebody visits it and then they put their information in, you can see that they came from that web page. So you can tell they came into my system by hitting this page or by going through this Facebook ad. Facebook ads also update the attribution. The attribution is what I was showing you guys on the contact page where it said first and last. And if you are trying to track behavior on a non-high level funnel, so if you have any other website that's not built in high level, you can you can update the attribution, which is high level telling you and high level having it in the reporting to show where people came from. How did they find you? Does that make sense, Ann?
Yes. So if I wanted to check if Lovable has this, what is the exact word I should ask Lovable for this?
A header. Say that you want to put a pixel or a piece of tracking code into the header. I asked Google a second ago, Google's AI, if Lovable had a place you could paste a code into the header, and it said that it didn't, but it could have been wrong. So I would still check with Lovable.
Where should I get the tracking code? From
Um,
Go High Level?
I showed how I got in, how I found it in here. Was I sharing my screen, guys, or was I not? Um, I showed how to turn it on first, and then I showed how to go into here, settings, tracking, external tracking. Did you guys see this?
Okay, external tracking.
Yeah.
And then
Hopefully
we just paste that. We paste this code.
into the header. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Was this showing earlier, or did I have my screen share off?
Yes, I was sharing. I just didn't catch what's the use for it.
Yes. Well, thank you for
Thank you.
asking. Because sometimes it's better for me to say something twice if there's anybody confused. But guys, this is going to be live on my channel too. So it's live right now, and it'll be there if anybody wants to rewatch it. If you missed anything, need to see it, you can roll it back. So thanks everybody for coming. Any other questions?
Hey Rob, so does this track all WordPress traffic or only the form fills?
All traffic on it, traffic on any website that it has a header code. It'll do
Okay,
form fills and traffic.
form
Um,
fills and
yeah.
so
So
like
I
for
can
example, oh I'm sorry, I think it was breaking up. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying like I have clients who are tracking, who wanted to track attribution from I can't even remember the names of the funnel builders they were using, but it wasn't high level. And we had to build a custom tracking system that that didn't that would replace high level's native attribution. So high level has great like source reporting. But it didn't have the ability to track from non-high level sites before. So for certain clients, I was having to build a custom dashboard that was actually using a different, like a custom built tracking system. Now we don't have to do that. Now we can just copy this code onto whatever funnel it is, and it's all going to show up in the native reporting.
So does that help with like detecting like Google Analytics data, like whether or not it's an organic or a paid lead?
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell which page they came from, whether it was your site or not, as long as you can put the code on it.
Okay, and it would also tell like the original source,
It's the original.
well, the reason why I'm asking, like, if it comes from organic traffic, paid traffic, or social, then it goes onto your website. Then it onto like a funnel page or form fill,
As long as you're
would
using
it?
UTM tracking as well, like for paid ads, you set up the UTM tracking, which is a URL parameter. That
Mhm.
passes data that gets grabbed normally by high level. But if it's not a high level site, then you need to have this code on the other type of site. And now it can grab those parameters and it'll tell you, yeah, this is paid social that landed on this page. So you look up URL parameters. Usually Meta and
Mhm.
Google generate them automatically. So it's like usually pre-filled in your ad campaign setup. Um, and you can use them on any type of high level site. So you can use these URL parameters to track things. Generally, to track well, you want to track with the pixel with tracking code and with URL parameters. And yes, if you're using this on an external site and it's coming from Google or Meta, it should be able to tell you that that's paid traffic. That should all pass in the URL parameters.
Got it. So if there aren't any UTM parameters on like a Google listing and it's empty, for example, then uh it
It
would
might
come
not,
up
it might just show that it was from that website instead of from Google if you didn't have the URL parameters set up for Google or
okay, but if
but
they click on a search result on an organic search result, then Google would automatically add that UTM and it would
it does.
come.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it'll show referrer, and that's passing in the URL in the UTM parameters. And I'm pretty sure Google does that because they want you to know when they're passing you a lead.
Got it. Okay. Asking because I got a random lead today and the refers just coming from the website. The UTM event is coming just from the website. So I'm assuming maybe it's because the UTM wasn't set up on the Google listing itself.
Well, if it's just showing the website, you may as well assume that that was Google, but it is valuable to know where it was referred from. And
Mhm.
so you can, yeah, that may, I would just, I'm not like a super expert in all these little details here. For knowing how to track it back from an organic search result, I would do a quick search and ask. I know how it tracks back through paid search results. I don't know as much about how it tracks because you can control the URL parameter on the paid results. I don't know
Mhm.
about organic.
Have you had luck with tracking paid the calls, the Google Ads calls?
I've never
Um,
ran call ads on Google.
no. Okay.
I've done like to just promoting a link, basically promoting a URL.
Got it. Not like the click to call extension. Okay. Yeah, I'm just having some trouble tracking those calls on a sub account. Trying to
That
figure.
you use a number pool. So you have numbers assigned to your Google Ads campaign that you only use for that, and
Mhm.
that's how you know.
Gotcha.
Set up number pools in high level too.
Okay.
That's how you do it though for that. So
And then you would configure it in the number pool to that it's a Google Ad specific number, and then high level would track that.
yes, sir. That's how you do it.
All right. Cool, cool beans. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, man. Good to see you. Any other questions, guys? He was about to stump me there, but I think I helped at the end. I was like, you
Uh,
know what? I've never used it, but that is what it is. I've asked the same question, been like, what is the number pool before? And that's what I found out.
Yeah, like I tried setting it up initially, but I had for some reason some trouble attributing it. Google Ads, if they do something on the website, usually it'll track through high
Yeah, yeah.
level. But it's kind of hit or miss sometimes. Um,
Well, hopefully that helps. The numbers, like if you didn't give anybody else that number, that's a surefire way to know. And so
right.
that does it for you, man. I know we've got some newcomers in here. Did you guys have any other questions? Do you need any resources from me? Anything I can do to help? Well, you guys can just shoot me a message back. You guys all got text message invitations to this meeting. Shoot me a message or email. I'm happy to help. Again, like I'll do a complimentary call where I don't only give you consulting, I'll even get in there and do something for you, fix whatever you need, if it as long as it's within like 30 minutes in exchange for a review. So look forward to hearing some of you guys reach back out. I'll send you the link if you need it. And